Hey everybody, this is Melina from Scrapbookingwithme.com and Me Crafty Scrapper here on YouTube and Instagram and over on Facebook at Me Crafty Scrapper Creates. That's my business page over there. And you will see my Liini little photo printer going at it right now. I've got some photos I want to put in my big jumbo scrapbook journal. So I'm very excited about that. I love printing on this little printer. I have a link in the description box below. It gets you a discount on it if you want, if you want to get you your own little 4x6 photo printer. They are phenomenal prints. Exactly the way that I have them on my phone is the exact way it gets printed out. There's no distortion. It doesn't cut off anything. And that's what I have looked for years. And I've done a how-to and how to use this printer. I've done one of those videos and I will link it in a comment below. I always have this link in my description box also of my videos. But Liini, L-I-E-N-E, is the name of the printer. And when you're done printing, which I am today, so I'm going to cut it off and I'm going to pull out, this is the paper cartridge. I'm going to pull that out and close it back up. And it's magnetized on top of this. And then you close that up and unplug it from whatever source you have it plugged up to. I had it through a like an extension cord. So there it is, and it's ready to be stored away up on my shelf above my head. Easy, easy, easy. And like I said, it printed, let me find that last one that I printed, and that was Bethany Janice on her first day of cosmetology, and I know there it is. So my phone screen shows different on this camera, but I'm promising you the colors are exactly the same. And it picked up everything. It did not cut off anything. That's what I love about this printer. Anyway, we're going to do some stuff with those pictures today, but I just wanted y'all to see what printer I used to print my pictures that we're going to be using today. And I found this little collaged journal card in with my little box over there while I was printing, and I thought, that's going to go really well with that picture. So we're going to do that in just a minute. And then here, I wanted to show y'all, if Mama hasn't shown this already, even if she has, I am in love with this Stamperia collection. Now, this is not one of their newest ones, but we missed it the first time around, and our supplier got more. And so I was like, yes, please. I'm getting Wonderland. That is the name of this collection, Wonderland. And on the back, it kind of shows everything, but I'm going to go through it. Look at it. So it looks like a collaged masterboard already. It's just gorgeous. So that's two of the sheets. And then look at that one. And then that script sheet there. And then you've got some tags there. Cut apart tags that I'm going to love to cut apart. Some more collage kind of paper. This one, look at that, how pretty. So this is available in our shop at scrapbookingwithme.com. That's all you got to type in to your computer is www.scrapbookingwithme, all one word together, .com. And that gets you to our shop. I get that question all the time in the comments. What's the link to your shop? Scrapbookingwithme.com. Hey, you talk about your shop and that we could get something at your shop, but I don't know what the link is. Scrapbookingwithme.com. That's the name of our shop. Look at that unicorn. Now, usually I'm not into unicorns that much, but this collection is just too gorgeous. Now, I would probably use this section of this paper, but I would do some cutouts on that side. Or I would buy 2 packs of this collection so I could use all the sides. Look at the little fairy. Too pretty. Gorgeous florals, more script. And then those cut aparts, how pretty. It's just some darling paper, I'm telling you. And look, it's got teal and aqua in it. That's my favorite. Look at that one. The unicorn has butterfly wings. Too cute. These would be wonderful papers for a fairy type journal. Love them. So be watching for those in a spring journal of mine coming up. And then we have these. They're new to us, but I'm sure not new to Tim Holtz. But they're those, what do they call them? Number tokens. So they've got a little number in it. So that's 30. This one's 7. Okay. And it's got the little hole at the top. So look at here. You can get one of the bulb clips like we have in the shop and put it through that. So put it through the hole that's at the top right there. There, you can see it. And you could even put, ooh, you could even put a little piece of some kind of something with it. Now this is entirely too long, but you get my drift. I'm going to go through that lace and then put that on. And then you could put it on the corner of a journal. So this is just a signature. It's not really a full journal yet. It doesn't have a cover on it or anything. But, I mean, if you put that on the edge of your cover, look how cute that is. I'm loving that. So we do have those number tokens in the shop. I don't know, I'm leaving that like that. I'm not going to take that off right at this moment. I think that's so cute. So number tokens, new to our shop. Not new to Tim Holtz or Ideology, but we just got them in. And then I go with Bethany right now because, you know, she just got her driver's license and her college is over an hour away, over an hour drive away. And so I still ride with her. Today, Brandon had to do that because I had a doctor's appointment. But usually I'm riding with her. Well, you know, if I need, while she's in class, she only goes on half days. So while she's in class, if I, you know, need to use facilities, I go into the school's library. That is a public place, a public library, so anybody can go in there. And so I go in there the other day and I come back out, and in the foyer there is this double-sided cart that has signs all over it that says free books. And they were all vintage. And do you know, I stood there. This was one of them. We've already taken the pages out of this one. The Children of Sanchez by Oscar Lewis. And when I saw this book and this cover, I thought, I am going to use that cover as a journal cover. So we took all the pages out and we're going to use, you know, give away the pages. But I just loved that cover. Love, love, love it. Now, of course, I'm going to take this stuff off. And then I already took that one off in there. But anyway, yeah, the librarian come out and she was all smiles. And she said she saw my pile I was making that I was about to try to carry out to the car. And she said, you need a box. And I just smiled at her and she said, oh yeah, you need a box. So she went out, went back into the library and found a copy paper box and brought it out to me. I filled it up. I couldn't even get the top on the copy paper box because I had so many books. So I will go back and get more. Now, some of them were political books, and I wasn't too inclined to get any of the political ones, the political subject matter. Of course, it's a school. And then some of them were a little on the not politically correct side, and that is another reason why they were getting rid of them. They had to clean out the library, and it was stuff that I totally agree with that is not politically correct. Like it had some slang words in it that weren't nice at all. And like I said, when I use book pages, y'all, I research it and I make sure that it is nice. So I skipped over those, but I'm hoping Wednesday they'll have maybe a few more that they want to get rid of. Oh, and they also had these beautiful magazines that put some of these art magazines to shame. Gorgeous, gorgeous pages in these magazines. So, be looking for a new little weekly series in March from me. I'm going to do March magazines, and we're going to do like once a week maybe something with magazine pages, either in our journals or pockets or something. But March magazine, instead of March Madness, it's going to be March magazines around here. So anyways, that is a cover that I want to use for a journal, and I'm going to be using this digital kit from Dark Manor. Jennifer over at Dark Manor on Etsy made this beautiful kit, and it is one of her most popular, and I did not have it yet, and she offered it to me, and I was like, yes please, I love you. This is her vintage sewing journal kit. Look at these papers. Now I haven't printed on the back yet. I'm just going to probably do one of maybe hers or Miss Betty Ann's, just the coffee stained. I'll print on the backs of those. But look, that's one of the pages. There's another. All I'm missing to make a journal with this beautiful kit is some sewing patterns, some vintage sewing patterns. Too pretty. Look at them. Gorgeous. That one is, oh, you could tear that one apart and do collage with it. You could fussy cut out these scissors if you wanted to. Too pretty. Look at that one. That's a little pattern there. And then this, I printed it on paper. I wish I would have printed it on some cardstock, but I can print another one. Look at that ephemera. How pretty. The spools. Too cute. Look at this pocket. This is adorable. Let me pull that off. There. So you got your pocket outline there with your little gussets. Kind of like a side pocket. Too cute. All this ephemera. Look at that. The buttons look like they're standing up off the page. Too cute. Now, this is on cardstock. I'm going to have to print those on cardstock. I like my ephemera pieces, the cut aparts and stuff. I like them on cardstock. Too cute. And the buttons, they look like they're raised up off of the page. It looks like you could pick one of those off. It's so realistic looking. Too sweet. Look at this ephemera page. Look at the baby pearls. I'm telling you, Jennifer, you knocked it out of the park on this one. Now, this one, my printer did a boo-boo on this one. So, ignore that part. But I want you to look at this. Okay, so you can put a brad through that hole and this hole. And you can put these paper dolls into your journal, on your scrapbook page, whatever, on a card. These would be so cute on a card. And they're the, like, interchangeable faces on those little dolls. Little interchangeable faces on paper dolls. Too cute. And then there's 2 more outfits for them. It's darling, Jennifer. I mean, you just, out of the park, girl. Out of the park. And these, I want to print these in all different sizes. Too cute. Little spools. This would be really cute with some actual, like cut it out, an actual thread wound around it and put on the cover of a journal. This one, my printer did the same thing. I have a very elderly printer. It's a HP that I got at a Black Friday sale, like for 29 bucks, years and years and years and years ago, when I actually still got out and shopped Black Friday. But, I mean, is that not... Now, her Etsy shop used to be called Graphics Candy. It is now called Dark Manor. She changed. She did some rebranding. But this is so, so cute. And I am going to use this kit, along with a few other little things, in with making this journal. And I'm going to put fabric on the front of this. Not cover it totally, but put fabric on the front of this and have some of those ephemera pieces on the front. Maybe put one of those dolls on the front of there. I'm so looking forward to that. Thank you, Jennifer, for sending me this. And she has also sent me her French Rose kit. And I got to get that printed off. But this is too cute. I love it all. And I'm going to be making a journal with that one. So now I'm going to get my scrap bowl. And remember when I made this jumbo scrap journal? And I told y'all I made another one at the same time, like in tandem. Made two of them. So here's my closure, is seam binding on the edges. And I made mine with a little bit of purple in it, so it's not as neutral as others would be. And then I made this one, and it's more neutral. And I said when I hit 20,000 subscribers that I was going to put this up for sale on the website. And I forgot totally about it. But there was a lot going on last fall, and that's around the time that, I mean, maybe when start of winter. It was around the time I hit 20,000 subscribers, so I apologize for that. And I will have this up on the website for someone to buy. So it's almost identical to mine. Some of the pages might be a little bit different, but you've got the same kind of ribbon tassel here on the edge. This one might need a couple of more because that one looks like it's got some big, and this one doesn't. Let's do another little couple of them maybe. No, that's kind of windy. Let's not do that. Oh yeah, let's do this pink. Okay, so I'm going to get my bulb clip, take it out, and let's do this piece and then this little pink piece. Both of those came from my Taperlogy box, and whomever it was that ordered and used my link to Taperlogy the other day, thank you, thank you, thank you. You placed a big order. I love you. I get just a little bit of a kickback from that, a little commission when y'all place orders with Taperlogy, so I appreciate that very much. Alright, so then you can turn your bulb clip however you want to, whichever way it feels best to you, and it feels really good to me when the bulb is actually at the top on my journal spine, and then the closure is there at the bottom. Oh yeah, that fills that up a little bit better there. I could get it on screen so y'all could see. Oh yeah, fills it up just a little bit more. But anyway, there are no pockets. I hadn't put the pockets on the inside yet, so whoever gets it will add their own pockets. And then on the back, no pocket on the back either, so you'll add your own pocket. Same thing in mine. I don't have pockets on the insides of mine yet either. But anyway, I will try my best to remember to link where I did this series on this. This was inspired by Johanna Clough, I think is her last name, her YouTube channel. She does these every year. I think maybe more than once a year, but anyway, she does them every year, and she actually scrapbooks in them, puts, you know, pictures and stuff in them. So I wanted to start with this year's pictures in mine, and like this one and this one. This was me and Brandon on our, sorry for the glare, on our anniversary night out. No, was this anniversary? This was, no, this was just a date night. So anniversary comes a little bit later. This was in January, and we just had a date night. And, you know, our kids are old enough now that we can actually go on a date night and not have to get babysitters or anything. So that's cool. So we did. We went on a date night and actually stayed out past dark. And that's crazy because we hardly ever do that nowadays. So here is how you take apart that Laini picture after it's come off of the printer. So see, then you have all clean lines all the way around. Same thing with this one. And it just sounds like you're going to break it in two, but it doesn't. It's just a perforated edge. Okay, so just like that. And see, we kind of match the background a little too much, so I think I might put an actual white mat back behind these. But I'm going to use my scrap pile, and I'm going to get a little bit of, you know, interest going on these pages before I actually put the pictures down. Alright, so we'll see how this goes. I'm not too good at talking while I'm actually putting pictures down and putting things around it, so we shall see. That's why y'all don't see more scrapbooking, traditional type scrapbooking stuff on my channel, because I don't talk well while I'm trying to figure out how I want to cluster around the pictures. I have a little ink foam back behind this picture so that glare won't be so bad that's on that one for you. And I found that deli paper that I had used the other day. I want to cover up this used plate right here because we had already eaten salad off of that one, so it's kind of ick. And I thought with this having food on it, it would be wonderful to kind of hide that and put back behind this little polka dot paper. So maybe this over here, and I'm just going to rip and get me a piece off of that. This came from my Taperlogy box, and I have them linked always in my description box. Now, I don't really want to cover up his food that he's eating because it looked really good. And he was getting a steak. He loves steak. Brandon is the steak eater. He loves him a good steak. And I'm not too much. I will take a steak every once in a while, but I have always had this dreaded fear, and I guess I shouldn't have it, but this dreaded fear that I'm going to get choked on steak. So I like having one that's a little thinner than probably what he had that day. But I've always had this fear of being choked, which Mom, when we were little, that was one of her big things was, y'all please chew your food really, 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 really good. A lot of times, keep counting, keep chewing your food. So I guess that's where I get it from. I just get terrified about chewing my food enough and making sure I don't get choked. And we had pork chops the other night. Brandon had grilled pork chops. That's another one of his loves. He loves pork chops. but they were so thick, and the whole time I was looking at my grown children now and telling them, y'all please chew that up really, 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 really good. Chew it up really good. Y'all please chew it up really good. They were looking at me like, okay, mama. I know. But it just terrifies me that somebody's going to get choked. I have contemplated on buying one of those, y'all have seen them advertised, the yellow and clear thing where you put it on their mouth and it pulls the, I've got that in my cart ready. I just hadn't pulled the trigger on it yet because I just feel like I'm overly sensitive about stuff like that, but it does. It just terrifies me. Let's find some labels. That one's, I think, oh no, I like that. I like it up there. I'm going to ink around where these, the white mat that I put down. This is a journal weight. Like you can put it in the middle of 2 journal pages and write, especially if it's a Pac-Man mouth, which this one is. But that's a journal weight that we had gifted to us, and I thank you, whoever you are that sent us that, because that has come in handy, especially when I'm writing in my journals. But this one, it holds all those pages down while I'm working in them too. And I think I want to get a red label for this side just so that I can pull out some of that red over onto this page. I need to empty out my labels and stuff into little containers. I have enough little Rubbermaid containers that I could totally do that. I just haven't taken the time to do so. So I've got that kind of weathered up and that wax stuff that I did for y'all not too long ago in a video on that book page, and I want that just barely showing. I want that to hang off the edge of the page there, and then maybe I've got that napkin there. It's covering up that TV that's in the background. See, strategically place your items. Now, I don't think 2 labels need to go at the top like that. So, I can just do a big cluster down here, and that label totally goes with that tag. So I'm good with that. I just need that stamp to go elsewhere so I can actually write a little bit on there, which these pages are good. I can write on the pages, so I'm not too concerned about that. I do want some torn edge on this, not just a straight edge. So let's fix that. Yeah, that covers that up really good. I like that. I'm going to ink around that paper. That's some handmade paper someone sent us, and I love the contrast and the 2 colors. Like a 2-tone right there. Ooh, I like this. So ignore the journal weight. And this is how it's looking so far. I like that. So I'm going to ink around these edges, and let's do walnut stain, I think. Get some dark in there. And maybe I might do a little worn lipstick around the edges of some of my page, just not his. You know, we got to keep that page a little masculine, a little more masculine than my page. And I think I might use, since I've got on black and white, and I've got that there, I think I might use the other side of this over here somewhere too to pull them together. I like that. Yeah. Okay, so let's pull off this little cluster. And then ink around this with my walnut stain. Y'all, I hadn't done this in so long. A traditional, I mean, I journal all the time, but a traditional page, scrapbook page with actual pictures on it, I hadn't done in a long time. I haven't done in a long time, period, but especially on camera, I haven't done a long, long time. I'm going to ink around that and ink around this stamp. And then I'm going to leave that like it is. I'm going to leave the label like it is. I am going to ink around this because I still like vintage style, even if I'm not just having a plain old junk journal. I still like vintage style. Let's see, we're going to ink. I think I am going to ink around this label. Get it a little dirty. And then that stamp, just one side. This tag got out of my tag box. You know, that well-organized tag box I now have. Yay. That we made on a video not too long ago. And let's ink around this. I know a lot of scrapbook YouTubers do voiceover on their scrapbook layout videos. See, I've got that. Just because it's so much easier, because you know you gotta think whenever you're scrapbooking, and even when you're scrapbooking in a junk journal, you gotta think. So this was the jumbo scrap page journal that I made not too long ago, and I love making it, and I shall be making another maybe even before the end of the year, because this was very fun to make. I want to put the date of this, which was actually not in 2023, it was in 2022, but just barely in 2022. It was December the 29th, and I'm going to stamp that on here. So there's my little date label that will go up here. Okay, we'll put that down, and then go ahead and layer some of this up and see how it looks, and see if I need to add anything else. I think I might want to do a little fussy cut butterfly or something on my page, and then figure out if his page needs anything else. So let's put a little bit, if it'll come out. Watch, it'll come out all right, and it'll go everywhere. There we go. A little bit of glue on the back side of that, and put it here. Okay, I've got a little bit of glue smushing out, so I'm not going to, oops, so I'm not going to lay that down right yet. I am going to go ahead and put this down, so I'll glue this. Now I've got more glue in there than that. Come on, there we go. Okay, that handmade paper there. And go ahead, I know that I want this piece here, so I'll go ahead and do that one. And then I'll ink on the back side of this too, because it is going to go over the edge of the page just a little bit. So I'll ink the back side of that too. Okay. And then I think that's all that's going to go behind his picture. Everything else is going to go on top. Yep, I like that. And let's go ahead. I'm going to use double-sided tape from my Scotch glider to put these pictures down. Okay, now put a little label at the top here above his head. And I'm not caring if it's straight. I actually don't want it straight. I want it a little womper jawed. Okay, and I'm just going to put just a little bit of adhesive on this, just to keep it down. Maybe just a little dot over there. There we go. And I'll paper that way maybe. And then my little, oh yeah, I like that. I love doing little clusters on the edges of the pictures. That always helps me, especially cover up something that I otherwise don't want seen, like that ugly salad plate. Okay, and then this little postage stamp that is a real postage stamp. So this is, you know, real memorabilia that I'm putting in this scrapbook junk journal. I love that, and that will dry eventually. Look lots better. Okay, now the other side, I'm going to pull it this way some, and I'm going to go ahead and put this book page down. I want it to hang over just a touch off of this page. So I'm going to put glue all over except the very edge. I'm excited about this. I'm excited about this journal. A journal that I actually made and I'm actually using on my on my channel. Most all journals I make, except my little traveler's notebooky ones, I do art journaling in those. But most all of my journals that I make on my channel, I sell or give away. So I'm very excited about this. Okay, that tag is going to go down there so I can pull the picture up some more and do that out that way. Yep, and that gives me, I can still see that patina look. So maybe down just a touch. Go ahead and double side tape this. Okay, and then this little napkin is going to get just the least little bit of adhesive on it, and then plop down over that TV screen that was behind me. Who wants a TV screen in their date night picture? Nobody. Nobody wants that. Okay, so then this is going to hang over the page too. I love that. I love how that looks. And do I care that? Yeah, let's just come down some. I want to cover this edge up. So I'm just going to come down some like that. So, Melina, no need for glue right there, but glue everywhere else. And this was just a, if I'm not mistaken, a freebie in a My Porch Prints, maybe, kit that I bought. And she had some freebie tags in it. They were already like this. I just printed them on cardstock and then put me some hemp twine in the tops of them. And that helps if you print, sorry for that glare. Oh, if you print it on cardstock, that helps so much if you want to put something substantial in the top of your tag. Because if I'd have just printed this on paper and then tried to put that hemp twine in there, it would have tore it, big time tore it. Okay, I'm holding that up some, and let's put the weight back behind there. Maybe that helps. Yay! That helps with the glare too. I don't like for y'all to have to stare at a glare. Stare at a glare. Okay, I like that right there. And do I like the stamp at the bottom? Or do I like the stamp over here? See, that's my thing about trying to, I have that dilemma of where do I want everything? Where do I want it? I really like that. And I don't hate that, but I think I like it better up top. So let's do it up top. Let's go ahead and glue on this little journal tag. And I'll figure out what I want to write on there. It'll probably be something about the night. Our first, it was pretty much our first date night with the kids being at home, not having to take the kids somewhere, which we hardly ever do in the past, have ever done date nights, period. We just took our kids everywhere. I mean, we are those parents. Take our kids to everything. Everything we did, our kids did. And I mean, we've never been one for late night parties. We've never been one for really, really late night movies and stuff like that. So that's never been our thing anyway. So our kids were always, it was always very easy to take our kids everywhere to do everything with us. Not a problem whatsoever. Okay, so I think that my napkin up here needs a butterfly or something up there. And then maybe his picture needs a little something something right here too. Maybe a circle of some kind. So I can just punch a circle from some scrap paper or something and put right there. Oh, I think I found the paper. It goes right along with it. And yep, I love that. And I can distress the edges and ink it, and that can be a spot to write some more stuff on. So I like that. And then something, butterfly or something over here. And then I think I'm going to get my Prima wax out and go around on the page a little bit and do a little bit of distressing with that Prima wax. And then I think we're going to be good to go, except for my writing on it. What have y'all thought so far about this scrapbooky junk journal layout I've been doing? All right, yeah, I found that butterfly out of one of the Tim Holtz die cut packs. And I'm just going to run my fingernail around this circle and rough it up some. I'm sure there are better tools just for this, but my fingernail works just fine. There we go. Roughed up and then inked up. Okay, yeah, I like that. And then glue this on. See, this was some fall colored or fall themed paper, and I'm just using the other side of it. And who said it's fall paper? A little bit more glue there, just so it can get rested really easily off the edge of that picture. Stuck down good. I'll have to hold that for a second. I want to put a little bit of this, I call it baby doll trim. I'm going to put just a tad of that over here. And then this little leaf, this is one of those clear back stickers that we had in the shop back last year. It went over really well, but it was from an overseas supplier, and they were not the best at getting it to us quickly, so we couldn't keep it restocked. And a lot of our customers had problems with getting the backs off, just like I'm having a problem with it now. There we go. I cannot tell you how many of these stickers that I put down with the back on it. I didn't care. I got so ill. So see, that's kind of butterfly wing lookish. And I want to put this out here somewhere. Not sure where yet, but I love that sticker there. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that down. They do stick really well. I've never had a problem with that. So, and go ahead and get me a little piece of this baby doll trim. I just want a tiny little piece. It doesn't have to be, I think I might put it, instead of putting it down here where I've got a bunch of stuff, I think I might just put a little bitty clip of it on the edge in the middle of that picture. And I'll put it on with my 1/8" score tape. So I need a piece that is yay long. So I'm going to cut that off and put this on just the edge, and I think I'll go right at the edge of my matte white piece. Okay, and then get my pokey tool and pull that back off, and then lay down my trim like that, and see how that looks. I'm going to trim off that little tail. Oh yeah, I like that. I need just a little bit more adhesive right there, just a touch. And I'll hold that down so maybe it'll stay. And then find my little butterfly I almost hid for myself. I'm going to put that right about there. Yeah, I think I'm going to put it just like that. Like it's flying away. Okay. Oh, I love it. I love it, I love it. Let me put my journal weight away, and so I can hold this up to you. And you can see what I've done. And I'll have still shots at the end too. So did quite a bit more on my page than I did his page, but I mean, that's just the thing. Masculine pages are different from feminine pages. And then when I flip this, so you can see that just barely, a little bit of that paper that's overlaid, so I'll just ink that up. And then you can see that book page and a little bit of that tag. So I'm just running my ink up that to make that a little bit better. Yep, I like that. Yay! So there is my first 2 pages in this scrap page journal that I made. And y'all be watching for the other one to be posted on the website. I will have that one posted. Let me pick it up and show you one more time. This is the front, the side, the back, the closure. Okay, and I've got the little fabric tabs and all that, so it's pretty much laid out just like this one. So you have a chance to have your very own like mine. I will have it posted on the website at scrapbookingwithme.com shortly. And y'all have a great day. I hope you have enjoyed this video. There will be more to come. I've got more pictures printed out here. And who knows what we'll put on the next 2 pages, or if we skip a few and go to another set of pages. Whatever we're going to do, but I'm loving this. I've got some room to do a little bit of journaling on it, and I'll let you see the finished product in a still shot at the end. Y'all have a great day. God bless. Bye, y'all.